Hello, good morning, welcome back everyone. Thank you all so much for continuing to support the channel. I appreciate your feedback, your comments, everything that you contribute to the channel. Listen, y'all, I wanted to come on. As you can see, I'm outside in the garden. These are my eggplants right behind me. Right here you may see my okra leaves, as well as some other, several other vegetable plants that I have out here right now. It's just a blessing. My sunflowers, you all may have seen from my community tab post that my sunflowers that my daughter actually started from seed. I have her, growing, helping me in the garden as well, and she started some sunflowers, and they're starting to bloom. Okay, so we're very excited about that. Several tomatoes. Y'all listen, I'm learning that with tomatoes, like if the temperature outside is above, I think it's 85 degrees Fahrenheit consistently, then the tomatoes are not able to produce keratin. I hope I said that right, or it may be something else as well, but there's something that it needs to produce in order to help the tomato ripen. So I'm learning about that. I have some cherry tomatoes over here. They're not in the camera view. I have some cherry tomatoes that are starting to ripen as well. And I picked some fresh basil yesterday. I also picked some salad, lettuce, made a fresh salad. It's a blessing, y'all, to be able to not only grow your own food, but when it's time to harvest it and eat it. And the reason why I say that is because, y'all, I'm gonna be sharing more information on the community tab, some links where you can go and read if you're interested. I feel like it's worth the read. But do you know that there are meetings being had, okay, not only here in the United States, but also foreign meetings, okay, meetings that are happening with other countries around the world. And again, many of them are concerned, just as we see in our own country, right? I'm here in the United States, or maybe, wherever you're watching from. We're seeing what seems like a rising concern. I'm taking my mosquito net off so that I can drink some water. We're seeing what appears to be a rising concern in climate change. Y'all know what? We talked about this several times, right? I shared some information with you all. I spoke about this over a year ago, maybe almost even two years ago when I first spoke about it. Excuse me, y'all. Where the United States took an interest to study ways to block the sun in an effort to prevent what they, claim is global warming. We know the sun is essential for life, okay? Not only human life, plant life, so many other reasons, right? It just makes you ask the question, why would they want to block out the sun? Now, I've shared with you all in a past video how I noticed, even now with it being the summer months, it's almost like, I'm gonna just say it like this, y'all. It's like the sun ain't sunning like it normally does. There are certain parts of my backyard, based on where I have my plants growing, certain times of the day, it should be full sun. Like the sun should be hitting every part of, my garden, and it's just not. So even though they're saying that, yes, we're interested in studying ways to block the sun, they could already be doing it. All you have to do is look up at the sky. You all notice the clouds look funny sometimes, look different. You can look up and research chemtrails and, other things that are, going on and being done. But I want you all to research. It's called, thought I had some in my nose, y'all. Sorry about that. It's called solar radiation modification, abbreviated SRM. I want you to research solar radiation modification. And I also want you to research geoengineering, okay? Now, to continue the talk about climate change, they're also saying, they're concerned about the food production, the droughts, and, all of that. Y'all, they're, I want to say it's the European Union. Okay, don't quote me on that. I'm going to try to share the link to the article on the community tab. But do you know they're now considering, in an effort to, what they claim is to help with the food supply, to help combat the droughts and its effect on climate change, do you know they're also considering now, I believe for the first time in many years is what the article was saying, there's a global effort, okay? Individuals, groups, countries are coming together, and they're actually considering more genetically modified foods, okay? And in some cases, I believe I read, they don't have to give special labeling, okay? Remember, I kept telling you all, a lot of things that I've said in the past, news I've said in the past and shared in the past right here on the channel, it wasn't headline news. It wasn't really being talked about. There were other things, just like now, there were other stories in the news that were what I call distractions, things they want us to focus on. Let's put this out so they can get their attention. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, or sometimes not even behind the scenes, you know, they put the information out on these websites, but people don't always know where to go to get the information, right? Okay. You know, it's very concerning. Okay, I lost my train of thought, but what I'm saying is there are plans being put into place to where, as a solution, okay, remember, a lot of times they create the problem and then create what they call the solution, right? As a solution to food crisis, food shortages, effect on food supply due to what they're saying, climate change, droughts and things like that. Excuse me again, y'all. They're considering, okay, there is a collaborative effort among countries to reintroduce, I don't want to say reintroduce, because we know right now, even on the food market, they're genetically modified foods, okay? You just have to read the labeling. But the fact that they're strongly considering this, right? Y'all know there are other things I've shared, other news information I've shared on the channel, and this is all factual. It's not something I'm making up. It's something I read or something I researched. But I do encourage you to do your research as well. Look at what they're saying, y'all. Genetically modified foods. They're putting more information now out about water, okay? For those people who use maybe city water or county water, however it works for you, if you're not on a well, is what I'm saying. You know, there have always been, or should have always been, concerns about the safety of the water. There are articles now coming out where they're saying that, you know, tap water is or contains what they term as forever chemicals, okay? Please make sure that you have clean, drinkable water that you could cook with. In some areas, okay, even in the area in Georgia right now, they're dealing with parts of a river that have been contaminated with E. coli, certain areas, sewage spills. And I'm gonna be honest with you all, a lot of times when these events happen, they don't always tell it right away, right? They wait, a few weeks, maybe even months later, and they tell you, hey, we just discovered this problem. It's been happening for this period of time. So, you know, just always have a way to, you know, whether it's however you store water, you know, bottled water, and do your research on that. There have been some concerns about bottled water as well. However, you know, you choose to store your water, whether it's in glass containers, however you store it, right? You can do your research on that, find out what works best for you. But let me also encourage you to have a way to filter your water as well. I told you all I collect rainwater. I use it in my garden. And if need be, you know, we have a way to filter that water to drink as well. So I just want to let you all know about some of the stories that are coming out. There's another story where, quite concerning and alarming, where the United States has agreed to send, for some reason I can't even think of the name of it, but it's a certain type of weapon that for the longest people did not want to use, but for some reason our current leadership feels as though it is the right time. Our current leadership feels as though it is the right time to send that out. to help, to allegedly help Ukraine in this alleged war with Russia. But let me say this also, y'all, and I put this out on the community tab last night. I wasn't aware of this, but do you know at the same time our country is sending these weapons, okay, over to allegedly help Ukraine? Just a few days ago, I believe, okay, I don't know the exact date. I shared it here on the community tab, but our country, it was said that our country destroyed the last of its chemical weapons. Now, I'm not saying I'm advocating for war or anything like that, right? I'm just asking questions. You all know a lot of times here on the channel I ask questions. Now, the question I want to ask about that is, here's what I want to say, right? We talked about here on the channel, and many of you all are aware, even if you're not aware, there are a lot of countries that are not necessarily happy with the United States right now for whatever reason, right? Whether it's the what seems like the continued support of Ukraine, other policies as well. I just saw a little bee fly by, and it's going over to my eggplant right there that has a flower on it. So that's amazing. We need bees to help our plants going. But let me not get off topic, right? What I want to say about that is, we have all these I'm not gonna say all. We have countries that are not the happiest with the United States for whatever reason, okay? We see, and there has been information shared even by military officials that, you know, our country is not as, maybe it's not as strong compared to some of the other countries, right? As far as military defense, artificial intelligence, things like that, right? There are some countries who have, over the years, they have really advanced in their military defense, building up their military, things of that nature, right? So the question I want to ask is, here's what I want to say is the timing of all of this. Why now? Why now? And from my understanding, when I was reading the article, they were saying how there was like a deadline. So I believe that Congress or someone had set like a deadline to where it had to be done by a certain time. But I'm just wondering, like, why is all of this happening now? So not only did the U.S. just recently, not only did the U.S. just recently, you know, according to reports now, okay, not only did they just recently get rid of the last said to be remaining chemical weapons, right, that I believe were first introduced either in World War I or World War II. Not only did we just do that, but we also are sending these certain type of weapon, right, to aid in you know, this alleged war with Russia and Ukraine. So the timing of all of that is very concerning. When you lay the cards out on the table, it almost seems like, well, was that a part of some greater plan? I don't know. You can let me know your thoughts on that. But these are all the things that are going on, y'all. Again, very concerning. You know, there are a lot of stories that are coming out, different reports. And sometimes, I'm going to be honest with you, it's very hard to keep up with. Because it's several things, it seems like, that are coming out daily. Of course, I'm going to continue to talk about it and report it on the channel. Sometime in a combined video, like what I'm doing, I'm looking at a lizard crawling on the tree branch. But again, a lot of these are things that are out of our control. What I want to encourage you, again, when I share this information with you, it's not to scare you. It's not to cause you to go into a panic. But it is for you to be made aware of what's going on, so that you can make a plan to protect, provide for you and your family. So again, as much as possible, grow your own food. Now behind me, y'all, this is a raised bed. I have you know, things are growing, right? I have some things on the other side of me over here. As much as possible, grow your own food. Now, you may not have as much space as I have, right? You may not have a backyard. You know, you can grow in containers. Even with a backyard, I grow. I have container. I do container gardening. You know, if you live in an apartment with a small patio, you can have some, you know, check with your apartment community rules first, or your HOA rules, homeowners association rules. Sometimes they allow a garden, sometimes they don't. Sometimes there are ways you can work around it. I don't want to tell you something they get you in trouble with, you know, your landlord or whoever it is that, you know, is over your, you know, where you live at. But make sure you check in and see, you know, make sure you check in and see the guidelines and the rules concerning that. Having your emergency food supply, your survival needs. It's a lot going on, y'all. It's a lot of things that are coming. To talk about AI briefly, there was a sort of like a conference or summit. I believe it was the first of its kind, where they had humans and robots on the panel, and they were the robots were actually answering questions as if they were human. I'm gonna share that video on the community tab. I want you all to check it out. But this is what we're up against, y'all. Again, are there some things happening that are out of our control? Most certainly, definitely. But focus on what you can control. Having food, okay? They're saying now, there was one piece of information I was reading, and it was talking about how very soon, they were talking about how very soon people will start to realize that, hey, the price of the grains, corn is gonna go up. Even leading to a shortage, because like I told you all, less food was being grown yesterday to harvest today. Not, you know, technically yesterday, but I'm saying in the past, right? And pretty soon, you know, as more and more of the harvest comes in, people are going to realize, and they're going to see that, hey, wait a minute, it's less food available. Okay, like I have been trying to tell you all, less was being harvested or even planted to harvest. Less was being planted due to drought, you know, whatever reasons. Not being able to use the farmland, things of that nature. In some cases, farmers having to sell off their farmland or sell off their livestock. You know, again, shout out to our farmers. I pray for our farmers. They're going through so much, just not only trying to feed our country and the world, but, you know, even just with keeping up things for their family, because that's how they make their, for many of them, that's how they make their primary form of living, right? That's their primary form of income. So you got that going on. So many things, y'all. But be encouraged. Be blessed. Keep working. Know that your labor is not in vain. Again, what I want to say too about the grain shortages. Okay, I was just in Whole Foods not long ago, and I was telling you all, why is a loaf of bread $6? That same loaf of bread, I remember getting it for like $4. You know, you're gonna pay more. That's just how it is. It shouldn't necessarily be that way, but you're gonna pay more for organic. But $6 for a loaf of bread, y'all, doesn't seem right about that. I showed you all the cost of flour. There were some bags of flour that was $10. Well, according to this information I received, they're saying that, you know, there's less of a shortage. I mean, there's less available, you know, to even export to other places. So we're gonna see some shortages there. It was even said that it may affect the cost of gas. There's a process, I believe. I don't want to really talk about this too much because I don't know all the ins and outs of it. But from my understanding, ethanol, E-T-H-A-N-O-L, is derived or comes from corn. And if there's less corn available to even eat, that could very well affect our gas prices. So I'm going to do some more research about that. But again, y'all, stay encouraged. Keep working. I'm going to be putting out some more videos, and they're going to be more like informational videos to help you. For those of you all who, you know, for whatever reason, whether it's due to your family size or limited income, for those of you all who have had to cut back on your groceries because of the continued rising cost of groceries, I'm going to be putting out some cooking videos and other videos to kind of help you still discover ways that you can eat healthy but on a budget. Okay, just because food costs more, that doesn't mean we have to eat worse, right? So I'm going to be putting out more informational, how to, like, helpful videos. Okay, you all let me know, would that be something of help to you? Still, I'm going to be reporting on current topics, but I feel like we're definitely living in a time where we need to be learning skills. We need to be not only learning information, sharing information, and that's what this channel is about. Okay, I want to tell you all, thank you so much for supporting the channel. Stay tuned for more news and commentary you can use. Make sure you check the videos tab. I have playlists with several good videos, information. Some of the videos I put out 2 years ago, guess what, y'all, is relevant even for today. So make sure you check that out. Start learning how to grow your own food. I can't stress the importance of that. Now we're approaching mid-July. I'm already starting to think about what I want my fall garden to look like. Now I'm gonna be honest with y'all, okay? Some of the things I planted are more so cool weather crops, like for example kale, but my kale has been thriving, right? So that's what I'm saying, y'all. Sometimes you realize that, hey, even if you planted something during the wrong time of year, or you know, whatever, you just learn along the way and you just keep going. Okay, plant something, do your research. I'm going to be putting out some more videos about that as well, but I'm already starting to think about my fall garden. Okay, and you know, I've had some people ask me about you know, the process of growing. I grew my entire garden. Everything that I've shown you, everything you see behind me, I started from seed. Okay, this is just one raised bed. I have some tomatoes. I just watered this, so some of my leaves may look a little droopy or whatever, but I have an abundance of tomatoes. You may not really be able to see it from the video. It may blend in because of course all of this is green, but even the eggplants that you see right here, I may not really be able to show it. I'm trying to, but you can see some of the like the kale. All of this, y'all, I grew from seed. Okay, it took a lot of work. Did I have some trial and error over the years? I absolutely did, but I didn't let that stop me from continuing to learn, get better, and grow my own food. So I'm very thankful of that. So I may be offering some seed starters, or plant starters, vegetable starters, for those who want to start their own garden, but maybe having some trouble, you know, trouble even knowing how to get started. Or maybe you say, you know what, I'm tired of going to places like Home Depot, Lowe's, and buying the plant starts that contain Miracle-Gro and other chemicals. And so I'm putting that together now. But I want to say thank you all so much for supporting the channel. Make sure you like this video, share this video, invite someone, encourage someone to subscribe to the channel. The channel is growing, and I want to say thank you for your support. Okay, all right, y'all, I got a lot of things to do. We've been getting so much rain. Also, the yards will be getting cut soon, and I'll be able to continue the maintenance on my garden. Okay, right behind me I got my giant red mustards. I got a red cherry tomato plant that you see right here that already towards the right there where my finger is. Okay, it has some small red cherry tomatoes that are coming through. So it's a blessing, y'all. It's hard work, but I feel so good knowing that I can, you know, harvest my vegetables, and it's organic. Okay, I know what's in it. It doesn't have any chemicals or anything like that. So that's a blessing, knowing what's actually in my food. Okay, y'all take care. Thank you so much. Thank you for taking time out of your day to tune in and support the channel by watching the videos. Okay, I appreciate each and every one of you all. Talk to you soon. Again, make sure you check the videos tab, playlist. I have a cooking podcast, Cooking with Andrea Speaks TV. You can check out the videos there. The live tab. Okay, I know this platform, for whatever reason, doesn't always let you all know when I'm live, but I hope to go live again soon. Sometime when I sit down and I plan to go live, you know, I have other things that come up. I'm a wife, I'm a mother, have to take care of family. So thank you all for your patience with that. But make sure you check out the live tab as well as the community tab. Okay, talk to you all soon. You see, I got a lot of work to do out here in the garden. It's a beautiful Sunday. The sun is shining. I watered my plants, and so I'm just gonna enjoy the day. Okay, talk to y'all soon.